All right, so it is travel day and we are just getting ready to leave. So our flight doesn't start leaving until like 4. We're leaving out of Charlotte and we're thankfully, I will say this has been awesome because we've been able to work out this morning, get everything situated, and then take our time, drop off the boys at daycare and just prepare. So this has been awesome. So yeah, we are just kind of gathering together last few minute things and then we're about to pack our food too. So I'll kind of show you how that works too, as far as like packing the food. All right, so this is kind of what we do as far as like packing for food. So this, I'm gonna take on the plane with me. I forgot to kind of freeze this. So I'm gonna put this in the freezer for just a little bit until we leave. And then, let's see. This is JD's turkey. We kind of freeze it the night before. And then all of this chicken cut up too. So this is gonna last us probably until hopefully Tuesday. If not, then we'll just obviously go to the store there and then cook it on the little pan that we have. So we usually will freeze this. And then we have these little packets, these ice packets. They're really good. We use maybe probably like as many as we can. I think we have like 4 or 6 or something like that. So we're probably gonna pack a majority of them just so they can last pretty much the whole time that we're there. Obviously it is like a 4.5, 5 hour flight. So we need everything to stay cold. And then while we're traveling and stuff and doing stuff that week, or I should say this week, this upcoming week, then we'll have these in like our little lunchbox and stuff like that. So we'll have these with the food. And then I'm going to just pack it in like this little insulated bag here. And then it's kind of like squishable. So I can just kind of put it in here and then I'm gonna stick it in a suitcase and then check my bag. So that just makes it easier for us to just bring a whole bunch of food without having to worry about the whole TSA thing. So that's usually what we'll do. Rice, okay, rice too. So I'm going to obviously make some rice there and I do have heat up rice too, but this is JD's rice that he made for himself. So this we did not freeze, but I'm pretty sure you can as well. He just prefers his to stay like refrigerated and then we'll just kind of keep all of this stuff on the ice and the frozen stuff in the checked bag. So yes, that's kind of how we plan as far as like the food and stuff whenever we travel. Ended up taking way more luggage than we expected. So we have like, I don't know, 4 checked bags and both carry-ons each person. So we ended up having to take another carry-on. JD was not gonna have one. So we were gonna try and save a little bit of like hand space, but that didn't work out, but it's fine. Sometimes you have to kind of just pivot and make sure you're super prepared. So that way nothing can prevent you from hitting all your goals and having everything you need. So yeah, whatever, it's fine. Thanks. So we are off.
Here we go.
All right, so we have ventured out and I think we're in like another hotel now. JD wanted to get some food, so we're here getting some food. We also have to go to the market to grab a few things. So I think our last update was that we were leaving to go to Vegas. So now we finally made it. We're not in the hotel room. We are in a different hotel right now, but we made it. The unfortunate part so far is that our rental car with Turo, they canceled on us while we were on our plane over here. So we were gonna pick up the car like right when we landed, which is perfect. And I had set this up, a while ago. So I get like a notification when we land that like they canceled and it was for like a recall or something. And they didn't even say they're sorry. And I was like, okay. I was like, that's very convenient and very nice. So I just kind of told them what I thought about that and how that was just super inconvenient. And in my opinion, they didn't really handle it that well, but that's okay. Maybe we weren't meant to have that car. So we ended up just Ubering to our hotel and then we're picking up a car today, which it's now Sunday today. So maybe it just wasn't meant to be. So anyways, so we're gonna do that, pick that up here shortly. And then we'll be heading to Dragon's Lair to work out. And I've never worked out there, so I'm really excited for that. And then we also have to go to the store just to grab a few last minute items, things that honestly, I just didn't really want to pack. Paper towels, we need to get water, tons of water. We need to get, I don't know, I think it's like just like a few just like extra grocery things that we needed. So we'll pick those things up. And then my coach gets in tomorrow. I'm gonna see if we can like check into our other hotel for the host sooner, just because for me, I just like to kind of be in like my domain ahead of time and get acclimated. But so far, I have no complaints. We are back at the hotel room, and I got this really cool like electric pot thing, because obviously nowhere here we can have microwaves at all. And they don't even have one in this hotel that we're at now. Yeah. So
like not even one to use, like in general.
No. So I got this like little pot off of Amazon, which I probably need to link that, but I'm gonna link that. And so yeah. Pot. And it comes with like a little, show that little top part. No, the top part. It's like a little dumpling or like vegetable steamer. Super cute. Perfect. So you could like stack it on top. But so get this, we traveled yesterday with, remember the ice packs that I showed? Well, all of our food still stayed frozen as heck. So this rice, we put it in the fridge here that we got, which we had to rent, by the way. But we put this in the fridge, and literally it was still frozen like now. So like, I
didn't freeze my rice. That's the thing.
Yes, we didn't freeze it. And then this is the ground turkey, and this is, I will say, still very cold. But when we brought it out of the pack yesterday, it was frozen solid still, and it had been probably like at least 7-8 hours since we finally got here, right? From leaving. Yeah, so sure. Yeah. So how is this thing looking?
It's going all right. It'd be better if it wasn't frozen, but
you can probably put the top on it to let it steam a little bit.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, good call.
So yeah, so far so good. But when I tell you those ice packs are amazing, I mean, our rice wasn't even frozen, and it ended up freezing it. So we did go to Dragon's Lair today, I will say. And although I did not get any footage because I was kind of just like in the zone, but I had a really good experience there, I will say. And then they also gave me like a free little gift. So I'll kind of show that too, because I felt like that was super sweet. So I signed up for a week pass when I was pretty much like a month ago, I will say. I signed up for a week pass because I knew I was probably going to go there. And then if you sign up for like a week pass, you got like a free gift. So it came with a hat, and I'm assuming this is like a t-shirt. And then this is like another, it's kind of a jacket actually. JD, this is a jacket. Yeah. So that's kind of cute. But yeah, and then it also came with, let's see, it came with this hat that JD's probably going to use. So yeah. So that was really cool. But it was a really awesome experience there. So, all right. So we just checked into the Hilton. So we got here today. It was definitely a lot of lugging around, a lot of luggage. We definitely probably overpacked, but we have everything we need, which is good. So it took us maybe like an hour, I would say, to like pack everything up, drive over here. We had to play Tetris in the car. So we finally made it. So we were able to check in early. So that's awesome. And now I have, because I unpacked everything, I don't know if anybody else likes to unpack before they kind of like settle into their room, but just unpacked everything and I'm feeling good. So I think I'll probably see my coach a little bit later, but around 3 o'clock I have some like body work to get done. So I'm gonna have that. And then I also I had a few packages that I picked up earlier. So I got MegaFit meals sent here. So mainly just like a lot of like my proteins, just because I couldn't pack all of them before. So I have that. And then I also have a TLF package that was sent to me here. So I kind of want to open it and kind of show you what I have and kind of what I got that I'll definitely be wearing while I'm here. So I don't think I can move that. All right, so I'll just kind of move this over. So I'm really excited for this because first off, I got some like sweat suits, I should say. So I'm a big fan of them just because they're like easy to wear and you can just kind of throw them over like your posing suit or just obviously working out and stuff too. So I think it was supposed to come with an extra, but I could be wrong. Could let them know. Yeah. So I think this was supposed to have an extra like bottom with it, but let's see kind of what this is. If not, then I'll just ask. But okay, so this is really cute. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can kind of see it. This is like the top, This is the back. And then I'm pretty sure you can kind of scrunch it on the bottom. So that's what I'm a big fan of. I definitely like this scrunch. And then there's like pockets here too in the front. And then I think it also has like this kind of embroidered on it. So this is really cute. I'm excited to wear this. So definitely gonna throw that on later. And then I also have, I'm excited for this one too. Okay, so this one is like a crop one. Oh my gosh, super cute. Wait till you see the back. Okay, so here's the back, but like look at the writing that's on it. If you can kind of see it. That is super cute. And even like this little emblem here, super cute. So that goes with these pants. Oh yeah, these are cute. So these cute pants, and I want to say, yeah, these are looser bottoms. So to be honest, I actually don't have a ton of like the looser bottoms. I have more of like the scrunch ones. So I'm kind of excited to wear these. And then look at the back here. So these are really cute. And actually I didn't notice this, but this is like the scrunchy part here, but then it also has this like inner lining, I think just to obviously have more of like a snatch for your waist, which I kind of like. And then some pockets. I don't think they're actually real, but some pockets also in the back. But these are super cute. So I kind of want to show what this looks like on too. So, okay, so look how cute this is on. If you can kind of see it, hopefully. Look how cute this is. First off, I feel like it's like super snatching my waist here. And like, I don't know, this is like the perfect length, at least for me. Look how cute this is. And then it's honestly, so I'm 5'7", about like 130 pounds. And honestly, like it's the perfect length for me. I put my sneakers on and like, to me, I don't feel like they're dragging on the floor. It's like barely there. So especially for tall girlies, this is like the perfect one, perfect fit for it. But I'm a super big fan even of the color. And then it kind of zips down to, this is super cute. So I'm a big fan of this. And then I'll show you the other one. Sure, I'm supposed to have like sweatpants with it, but I'll see. I'm gonna check, just make sure. But first off, I actually love this. I love the color and the feel. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of like a buttery material, but it's thicker, if that makes sense. So there's the writing there, and then pockets here, but also I kind of want to see like the cinched part. So this is the back without moving anything. And then let's see how this looks. Okay. Can we just do, yeah, we can just do one side. Okay, now this is cute because then I can kind of make it a little bit shorter. So I think this kind of looks good with this outfit. But anyways, I like the scrunch with it too. So I kind of sometimes like a shorter look, but sometimes I want like a longer look. So super cute. I really love this. So I want to see if I can get the sweatpants with it, but I love it. Guys, so first off, sorry if I sound a little congested. I definitely think I kind of caught something on the way coming back from Vegas. So it turns out my husband was sick first, and then my mom got sick, and I just seem to have had some congestion. Like physically I feel fine, but I sound terrible. So just bear with me as I'm like talking through this. But I'm back from the Olympia, and although I didn't get a lot of footage from on stage, I like shared as many pictures as I could like on Instagram and stuff. So
I kind of just wanted to do like a recap of everything and kind of like how I'm feeling moving forward, etc. So obviously my goal going into this year's Olympia was to beat my first year package or placing. And while I for sure definitely beat my first year package that I brought to the Olympia, I didn't exceed my placing that I got my first year, which was 7th. But honestly, I'm okay with that. And sometimes we set these goals for ourselves because we obviously want to continue to always evolve and get better, right? But I will say this was probably a very different Olympia because of the fact that this was the most amount of girls that we've ever had, especially since I've started competing at the Olympia. So I want to say we had around like 70 girls, and that was a lot. I think my first year there was around like 50 something. Second year, I think around the same 50 something as well. But this was by far the most. So I ended up placing top 10 or 10th place. And honestly, I'm super grateful for that. So if you've noticed from like years before, usually it's just the top 10 that make it to finals. And my very first year, I placed 7th. So they text you and they'll let you know, hey, you know, you're going to be at finals. So meet at this time. So I remember I like went there my first year and I went exactly where they said to go. And I was literally the first person there, like not even just like first person in bikini, like first person. So I felt so kind of like, oh gosh, like I'm really excited and eager to be here, right? Like, so I was like, let me just not do this again. So last year I didn't make finals because I placed 13th. But I will say I was grateful for that because that was actually like one of the years that I had a harder time kind of regaining my momentum and working with my physique, getting back to where I was my first year. So I was even still really grateful to make 13th. So this year I placed, 10th place. And honestly, I was just so grateful. Like to me, yes, the placing sometimes it can make you feel a certain way, right? Although I didn't feel like bad or I didn't feel like upset or anything. If anything, I felt super at peace with it because I think it was mainly because I knew I just looked better than I did my first year. And honestly, it was confirmed. So the feedback that I've gotten so far, I think we're still waiting to hear back from Tyler, but so far we've pretty much heard from a majority of them and they've been very pleased with the way I looked. Overall, I will say, they said my core was a lot tighter than in the past. And this was the best version of me that they've seen so far. And, in the past, I've always struggled with conditioning, right? Like get tighter. So for that to not really be my feedback this time, I'm grateful for that. So overall, really, really good feedback. And even I heard that I actually looked better at finals but that's okay because if that's the feedback that I'm getting, then that means we're literally on the right track. And so some of the feedback that I did get was, so this is kind of like how I guess it goes into like making sure your coach knows how to interpret maybe what the judges are saying. So for example, from my backside, my glutes, usually in the past, I've always needed to be more conditioned. So I will say I was more conditioned this time in my backside. However, the judges said that I just needed to be a little bit tighter in the backside. And by that, I think that we kind of discovered I just need to, well, first off, I wasn't at my fullest. But I think we were wanting to err more so on the side of conditioning as opposed to fullness, because sometimes with me, the fuller that I get, sometimes it can compromise my conditioning. So because we've already been in that predicament already, I think it was best that we erred on the side of being more conditioned. So that's what we did. And while I could have been a lot fuller, I think because I wasn't as full, I didn't have as much pop from the back either. So I think if I was a little bit fuller, that could have made my glutes just seem a little bit fuller, a little bit better, right? But I don't think we were willing to risk, the tie-ins. And then at that point, it's like, oh, we got to be more conditioned, right? So I will take that as my feedback. So a little bit fuller glutes, a little bit, I should say, crispier in my tie-ins or fuller, have more pop, right? But I think overall, getting just a little bit more muscle mass and some density in my glutes anyways, I think that will help it. So that's kind of what we're going to do. So we decided after the Olympia to go ahead and take a break and kind of go into like an off season, build just a little bit more muscle, and then plan for next year. So while we don't have a plan right now, I know that James will always he's very good about planning things and helping us like figure out what we should do anyway. So I'm just going to kind of leave it in his hands and wait to see what he thinks as we get closer and stuff. We still have the rest of the year, but I had an amazing, amazing time. So I will say I did a lot more than I probably should have, such as doing shoots and switching hotels and just pretty much probably putting too much on my plate beforehand. And going into show day, I actually like lost like 2 pounds. And I think that if I would have maybe not lost it more rapidly, I think maybe that could have helped with a little bit of like fuller glutes and stuff. But it's okay because you kind of learn from it, right? And I think my biggest thing that I noticed was a lot of walking, right? So I had to walk to the convention center because I needed to go to the core booth, which I was super happy to go to, but it was a little bit of a walk, you know, and I honestly, in hindsight, I should have just gotten somebody to just pick me up right from the hotel, drop me off right there, but it's okay, you know, so we learned from that. I will never do that again, but we learned from it. So leading into Saturday and like show day and stuff, I probably, like I said, probably did too many shoots or things before, and you think you have a lot of time going into the Olympia, but in reality, you actually don't, you know, like you should be spending a majority of your time like resting. And when I mean resting, I mean like actually resting, not, you know, turning off your brain, right? But literally physically resting. So I think that was something that I won't do next year. I might just do 1 or 2 shoots before the Olympia. Honestly, probably just 1. So I'm probably just going to do that. And then after the Olympia, usually I can do, you know, as many as I want, depending on how long I'm going to stay there. So I don't mind that. But it was an awesome, awesome time just kind of getting out of Vegas and kind of going like the desert area, doing a shoot with Gilco as well. And honestly, it was a really, really fun time. So we got back on Tuesday, and I will say that it's been a little bit of adjustment coming back because you just have to kind of get acclimated again. So I live in North Carolina. So going from North Carolina to Vegas, then Vegas back to North Carolina, it's like you're losing or gaining a lot of time in whatever day it is. So we're just adjusting. And tomorrow, which is Sunday here, I actually planned a kind of like a surprise birthday party for my husband. He's probably not going to be watching this anyways, but I planned a surprise birthday party for him. So I have kind of been putting this together for like the past couple of months. So I'm really excited for this because he doesn't really like have an idea. Like he kind of has an idea, but not really. So I'm putting together like the last few details and stuff, and he just turned 29. So the reason why I'm doing this is because for the past like 3 years for the Olympia, his birthday is October 6th. And usually the Olympia always falls on like the second week of October. So in the past, like I have felt really bad because we haven't been able to like truly celebrate his birthday. And, you know, we're getting ready to leave, and usually we'll leave like the week before. So it kind of blends into his birthday. And even afterwards, like we never really celebrated a lot because at that point it's like we get back home, he has to go back to work, and it's kind of just like normal life again. So I was like, you know what, this year I want to make sure that he is like celebrated and like it's bigger than usual, you know? So I kind of rented this area at a restaurant, and I invited my family, his family, some friends too. So it'll be fun just to celebrate him because he like never expects a lot, but like it just makes me feel good inside that like, I don't know, just celebrating him, like he deserves it, you know? So, and there's so many things that I want to like celebrate him for, like also going pro this year, like that's such a big deal. So yeah, I just want him to feel like appreciated, you know? So I'm excited for that. I just got my balloons delivered, which I'll kind of show you. They're really cool, honestly. So our Party City here got shut down. Like we don't have one anymore. So I'm like, where the heck am I going to get balloons? So then I go on DoorDash, And sure enough, there's like a party city that's operated through the Dash Mart, so you can get your balloons delivered. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So I'm going to like separate them, but oh goodness. So this is kind of, it's a whole bunch of them. So I have like an idea. I'm gonna like have like half of the portion happy birthday on like one side of the table at the place, and then the other half on the other side. And then the 2/9/29 will be like on his like little welcome poster when you first like walk into the area. So I'm excited for this, and yeah, so that's kind of what I'm up to now. And then I'm gonna be enjoying some like time off. And if there's anything in particular that, you know, you guys want to see, please let me know, because now that I will be having a little bit more time as far as being able to like document stuff and put out more things that I've been wanting to share. Let me know, because yeah, I kind of want to make it happen. So thank you guys for watching and just kind of being along for the ride and supporting me. And yeah.